Hello, my name is John Conley, and I attend the Graduate School of Business at West Texas A&M University, and today I would like to talk to you about how our surroundings are always influence us, regardless of the environment or any other circumstances. Whether we are at school, work, the gym, or even social gatherings, we are all influenced and persuaded to act in a way that helps us fit in or feel accepted in any given situation. With all that being said, let's get started. To fully understand everything, we need to define influence, and by doing so, that will help us narrow down the ideals of a giver, a taker, and a matcher. Influence is defined as the capacity to influence the character, development, or behavior of someone or something. Now a question, how might influences cause us to be a giver, taker, or a matcher? Simply put, and based on what I have learned from my BS in psychology, it is purely based off what kind of person you are and the role in which you tend to fulfill in society. Some people, based on their characteristics, will be geared towards giving more than they receive. Others will be more fixated on getting more out of life than they actually put in. Most people want back what they put in, and they are known as matchers. Furthermore, these concepts rely on the person and their surroundings, or as we call it, their influences. Referring to Robert Cialdini, which discusses 6 concepts of harnessing the science of persuasion, Robert goes into depth to explain how we are influenced and what guides our motivation when outliers are involved. One of the 6 concepts is the idea of liking, and this was concerned with the idea of how to find commonality in 2 or more separate beings. Robert explains that we tend to like those who have the same common interests as us, which makes sense, but there is a deeper value to it all. When we find common interest in influence and investment to find more common ground amongst the group, and as it continues, we see positive reinforcement behind the idea of investing more time into learning about others, and thus we tend to like them more. Robert continues to explain the idea of reciprocity, which he refers to as giving back what you receive. In the workplace, whether you are doing work for your boss or helping a colleague, it is important to always be helpful and to reciprocate the help that is given to you. If you are to be helped and then you pay it forward by helping others, that is noticed. When that is noticed, people are influenced to fulfill the role as well. Over time, it will get to a point where everyone is helping each other, and not only does that bring a workforce together, but makes it stronger. Continuing, the idea of social proof is talked about. Simply put, most people follow others in today's society. We look around us and take social cues or influences to help us determine how to act in the setting we are in. Whether that be church, school, the gym, workplace, wherever, we are always looking to make sure we are following along the social norms. This is most discounted concept when it comes to social influences. We don't even think about it or realize that we are doing it because we abide by our surroundings so often, but this is still the pinnacle of influences. Essentially, if you can play a leader role, then be a role model, and then set new grounds for people to walk. The third principle is consistency. In this concept, Robert refers to the idea of being consistent in your work and as a leader. For example, in a workplace, if you are to be consistent in your role and fulfilling your obligations, those who work for you will also do the same, and this brings up authority. I want to talk about authority and knowing when to use it and when it is appropriate. This is Robert's 5th principle. There are many different settings in which this concept can change, but most influentially, it will vary in the workplace. Depending on the setting, it will be important that you are clear on your goals and you wish to have accomplished, but also it is important to touch lightly on your experiences and your ability to lead. Doing so will show people that you've had these experiences and accomplished them to your very self. This will influence others to abide by and follow accordingly so that all tasks are accomplished. Lastly, I want to talk about scarcity, and specifically the idea of people want more when there's less of it. Depending on the setting, and for our example, we'll keep it in a professional setting, in a workplace, just imagine this. Times are tough and the business is running slow. You don't have many hours to give out to your workers. There isn't much work to be doing because, again, work is slow. Although there is always something to be doing, always, you then talk to your employees about this and explain to them that hours are going to be cut. So now there are less hours to give out. They are scarce. You then explain to workers that those who are doing the least will be sent home, and that it is not personal, just business and due to the lack of funding. Then everyone starts working harder. You have then taken the concept of something being scarce and used to influence your team to make the best of a situation and still apply themselves. This is an appropriate use of the principle and using it to influence others to do as much as they can. Overall, we have covered several aspects on the idea of influence. Whether we are in the workplace or just occasional casual environment, we see opportunity all around us and we still abide by and are influenced by common nature. To be an influencer, you must be willing to lead and change a traditional value. It takes time and experience, but with that comes the power to set things in motion the way you want them to be. If you are able to apply all of these methods when building your own business or network, you'll be successful. Thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.